All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another quick post-fight discussion video. Tracy Cortez versus Melissa Gatto. All right, so this is the only pick on my card that I didn't get right, and I could definitely see why. I told y'all this was going to be a close fight. I didn't really expect Melissa Gatto to go in there and just wash and stop Tracy Cortez because when I went and did my resume check throughout the past few weeks, I said, this fight is going to be a lot closer. For one, Tracy Cortez, she always finds a way to win. She might not look as dominant as Melissa Gatto did in her 2 UFC fights, but Tracy Cortez got a nice resume. She's beat a lot of fighters. Pre-UFC, she beat Agapova, Erin Blanchfield. In the UFC, she beat a bantamweight, Stephanie Egger. She beat Justine Keesh. Justine Keesh went on to beat former champion Malay McFarland. So, that does stand for something. So if you look at the resume, she's always finding a way to win, decision after decision, but she's finding a way to win. So I think that's real important to look at. So I was looking at that. I said, okay, if she's able to nullify the jiu-jitsu and the striking of Gatto, she might get this fight. I could see that happening. And that's what she did. She just really went in there, fought very defensively responsible, and just shut down the striking. And she was just too scrappy for Gatto. Gatto was too comfortable on her back in this fight. I think she was, trying to go for too many submissions, and she wasn't looking for top position, trying to get the work in. I don't think that she committed to her hands enough. Gatto would land a few strikes and land that right hand on Tracy Cortez, but then she would try to switch levels and try to get the fight to the ground. And you could see that Tracy Cortez's takedown defense was on point. Gatto was trying to get these takedowns. Like, she even tried to pick her up and slam her at one point, but she could barely get her off the ground. So that was kind of showing you that Gatto has to work on her wrestling. She should have been looking to just lock the body and, go for a tripping takedown or try to work in the clinch, beat up Tracy Cortez a little bit, soften her up, then get her to the ground. But she was trying to go for these big takedowns. But Tracy Cortez, she was much smarter. She was just smart with the takedown defense. And even with her takedowns, how she was able to switch levels to just, boom, take Gatto down. She was much smarter when it came down to it. Defending arm bars as well. Cortez was just on her game. She's just on her game. So, I got to give her a lot of credit here. More than I was giving her even before the fight took place. I mean, the first round, Gatto opened up with a few good strikes, but it went the way I could see. Cortez, what did she do right away whenever Gatto was trying to establish her striking? She took her to the ground. She just switched levels, boom, took her to the ground. Gatto was too comfortable on her back, like I said. Gatto was just trying to settle in and try to go for an armbar. Gatto got back up, got her own takedown in, but you can see how Cortez, she's much more fluid with her wrestling. She's responsible, with her defense in there. She's able to get out of an armbar attempt from Gatto and then get top position and land some good ground and pound. So I had to give the first round to Cortez. Second round, this is where Gatto, she kind of settled in a little bit more. She started letting her hands go. Some were hit or miss. She couldn't really find her range. Cortez, she was stopping these takedowns from Gatto. Gatto, she landed some nice right hands. She backed Cortez up. And from here, I wanted to see her just, continue with the striking, calf kicks, push kicks. But she goes for a takedown. She goes for an armbar, but what does Cortez do? She escapes. She's just really slippery in there. She knows how to stay calm. I like that in Cortez, though. I got to give her a lot of credit there. I like how she's not panicking when these arm bars are coming up or whenever Gatto is, climbing her guard. She's able to break it and, go back to landing some ground and pound. Cortez, she was able to get the top position in this round. I think like the last minute, get in a few good shots, but I gave the round to Gatto because I thought she had a better start. And she did get the back of Cortez and tried to go for that rear naked. So she did get some dominant positions in this round. So it was tied up at this point. Third round, though, this is where Cortez, she stepped it up, started sticking that jab out, landed some good right hands, some good clean singles. Gatto's right hand was landing as well, but she wasn't really following up with anything, no push kicks. So once again, Cortez, she takes Gatto down. Good top control. She defended another armbar attempt. Cortez, I think she was just mixing it up on top, just out wrestling and getting that top position and landing some nice shots on Gatto. I think Gatto, she was just too chill on her back here. Like I said, looking for a couple of submissions. Once again, going back to like Ariane Carnelossi, you just can't depend on the jiu-jitsu. You got to be working. And that's why I said, look, ground game isn't just jiu-jitsu to me. In MMA, ground game is, active off your back or working, grappling and, getting that top position or going for the back and, letting your hands go. To me, that's what it is, being scrappy on the ground. And Cortez was that. She was scrappy on the ground, just shutting down everything. That Gatto had to offer as far as her jiu-jitsu. So I had it 2-1 for Tracy Cortez. She definitely pulled off the win. Can I put her in my triple threat yet? We'll see, or quadruple threat or whatever. We'll see if I rotate somebody out. But I just need to see a little bit more from Tracy Cortez before I say she's going to be like this dominant top 10 fighter. Like, I could see some top 10 fighters beating Tracy Cortez, but right now I think she's doing what she needs to do when it comes to winning. I think she's getting the win. She's scrappy. I'd like to see a little bit more pop on her shots, maybe a little bit more power to her punches, but we'll see though, because she was able to beat Erin Blanchfield in a close fight, like I said, pre-UFC. And she does do some things well on the ground. Like I said, she commits to defense, and I think that's really going to be a problem. Like, maybe let's see a couple of more fights, maybe like let's see somebody in the top 15, maybe 11 through 15 for Tracy Cortez, and then I'll tell you if I think she's really a big threat. But as for Gatto, yeah, I think she really needs to work on her wrestling. Like, I think Gatto can still give a lot of these other girls problem in the unranks, but she was just dealing with a much more scrappy fighter that, once again, was really, really working her defense in there. So, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. What's next for Tracy Cortez? I'm going to have to think about that, maybe do another video on it. But Melissa Gatto, I think she just needs some more work. I think she needs to really work on finding her timing and her range a little bit more, to get those harder strikes in, and just really work on her wrestling. Just don't commit to fighting off of her back, especially if you're not letting anything go, or don't just go for submission. Got to look for that position. All right. So, yeah, give me your thoughts, guys. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.